Well, we're going to finish with another very impressive drama. It arrived on Disney Plus on Wednesday, the 16th of April. It's called The Stolen Girl, and here's a clip.
Words can't describe the pain we've been in since you took our daughter. I'm asking you now, one mother to another, please let her come back home safely.
I promise you, everything is going to be perfect.
So, Disney Plus is full of surprises, isn't it? It really, really is. This is just quite something. So, I haven't watched every single episode yet, and I don't want to give away too much. But I can tell you from the minute this starts, the hairs on the back of your neck will be up, particularly for parents, because the scenario is one that most of us parents have been in. You're running late, get to school, that's always me, screeching in at the last minute, and there's the child waiting with her friend, having a chat, they're having a great time, and then the child asks you if they can have a sleepover. Please, mummy, please, mummy, please, mummy can have a sleepover. 9 times out of 10, most of us would say yes if it wasn't a school evening, probably, because they're having a really great time, and you don't, why wouldn't you? Well, of course, this is every person's parents' worst nightmare, because the child goes missing. It's absolutely terrifying. Now, you sort of know that something's not right straight away, I think, in this, because it's very cleverly shot. I think the music is, that sort of almost creepy in places, to be honest with you. And at first it all seems fine, because you could say, well, why on earth would you leave a child with someone you don't know, which is sort of runs through this to a degree, when the parents end up arguing, etc., and doing what all people would do, I suppose, which is sort of have a go at each other at one stage rather than putting together. And she'd gone to the house, she'd checked out the house, she'd gone there, taken the sleepover bag. There's one moment where the mother, or who we think is the mother of the child, she takes a picture of her child, and she says, please don't do that. She's very funny about it and doesn't want the picture. She says, I don't like people taking pictures of my children without asking. And that's the sort of first sign of her being a bit sort of odd. And what you see here is the fallout from this. So on the one hand, you've got the police. They sit there and they do their their public plea for someone to come forward and bring their daughter back. And then you've got sort of behind the scenes with the police, what's really going on, where they've got to give their details on their phones, and the police go through their phones, which of course unearths some stuff that perhaps both of them, if not definitely one of them, didn't want unearthed, which causes fractures, further fractures. So on the outside, this family seem like they have absolutely everything, and suddenly everything is gone, in the form of their daughter. And seeing that sort of emotion and that relationship between them, I think is really, really interesting. The flip side of that is that you've got the journalists as well, and there's one particular journalist who's adamant that she's going to find out what's going on, and she actually gets the ear of the police in the end, and finds out a lot of information. And I said I don't want to give away too much, because the plot sort of just thickens throughout, and the more you get to know this family, who, as I say, on the surface, he's in banking, she works as a stewardess on private jets, a really glamorous lifestyle, lovely big house, seem to have absolutely everything. It all starts to crumble, and when it starts to crumble, you realise that actually their foundations are built on sand, not cement, and things are a little bit worse than you already thought. I think it's absolutely captivating. I feel almost sick watching it, thinking I have done that before, and said, yeah, you can go on a sleepover, not really knowing the person, and thank God everything's been fine. This is, obviously taking things to extremes to make a drama, but it's really well done. There's some really steely performances, I think, in there, and it is from the producer of Happy Valley, so you can expect some brilliance here. What did you think, Ian? Was it one for you?
Well, certainly episode 1 is an absolute belter, and it's only 5 parts, which I think is more than enough, so it's easily bingeable. So you've got Holiday Granger plays the woman who sort of hosts the sleepover. You've got Denise Gough is superb as Elisa, who's the mum whose daughter goes missing. And she works as a sort of stewardess for private jets, doesn't she? So she's got this jet set lifestyle, but it obviously makes childcare quite challenging. And then you've got Jim Sturgis as her husband Fred, who is a lawyer. So yeah, and it's perfectly believable how the situation develops, you know. But then the penny drop moment of when the couple realise all is not as it appears is brilliantly done. And it's one of those shows as well where everyone seems to live in an absolutely stunning, huge modern house, isn't it? So yes, and then, like you, I don't want to give too much away, but of course when there are police investigations into things like this, obviously you give over your laptops and your phones and things emerge. That's all I will say. From his work, he's sort of defending a sort of major criminal, I think. So is it connected to that? Is it connected to this other thing that comes out about their private lives? Who knows? But a search across Europe will ensue. So yeah, this starts so strongly, and particularly Denise Gough, her performance is so natural and real. I just hope that they can resolve it in an equally compelling fashion. But yeah, fingers crossed. Recommended.